Let's talk about Kleenex's departure from Canada and why the company has pulled its products.
I didn't even know this. They're pulling.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
They're secretly pulling all their products from Canada, and they're not trying to make it like an announcement. So my theory is in my head.
So I'm sorry. So they're it's not going to be available not to consumers.
Kleenex will no longer
The
be
brand.
Is it just the brand?
No, Kleenex, it's just to Canadians. It'll be available to Americans and other consumers, but just to Canadians.
Why is that?
Nobody knows. And that's the thing. So people are wondering why. So here's my theory is they know that something was contaminated or something, and they're getting the fuck out of this country for the next, when people discover like, oh, I use Kleenex and now my children's children are having defects. That's what I'm telling you. There's a reason. Why would a company that's been here for almost 100 years pull production out of nowhere, keep it 0% quiet, and then give no trace of it? They just want to pull it.
Where did you find this out?
This was
No,
on,
she's right. I know about this.
No, I know. I just want to know how you know.
You know when you go left on your phone and it has like the news feed?
Oh, yeah.
So I seen that. So I started doing some research
So
on it.
let me ask you, the company itself, is it originally from the U.S.?
No, I believe they are a Canadian company.
They are.
That's
a Canadian
even
company.
worse.
So I think it might have to do with money. I think that it might have to do with them getting taxed a lot more and whatever.
Then why wouldn't they say something that's just...
I have no idea.
Heinz did it. You know what I'm saying? Heinz pulled production. Well, actually, Heinz was even shadier, but let's not get into that. That ketchup's not allowed in my house. Fucking traitors.
Frig.
The way Google describes it, it's due to the unique complexities of the Canadian market.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah,
People
what
are
the
crying
fuck does
too
that
much.
mean?
People are crying too much because it's just sad.
You know,
to
I'm,
look at.
so
I'm
they're
gonna
saying-
miss their lovely soft Kleenexes during allergy season.
Me too.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't really buy Kleenex. I use toilet paper and paper towels.
Oh my!
So
Yeah.
Do you have allergies though?
No, but like if I ever get sick or I have a cold, like I go to toilet paper, paper towels.
Oh,
like
if you during allergy season, if you go to toilet paper or paper towel too often, your nose gets
raw.
Yeah.
Raw.
But like I
Rudolph.
get soft toilet paper.
Yeah,
Like,
3-ply.
3-ply from Costco.
Exactly.
Kimberly Clark is the one who owns the Kleenex brand, right? And Kimberly Clark said it has to do with the highly constrained supply environment is what they're obviously dealing with. So when it comes to the amount of, I guess, supply they require and the environmental laws that Canada must have is causing them a hard time to meet with the supply based on the cost of creating the product. So I think the profit's no longer there for
So
them.
create Kleenex Canada and get better suppliers that can accommodate Canadian prices. I don't know what to tell you. It's just sketchy. It's just really sketchy.
That's
So-
like someone pulling toilet paper because
That's like Royale just being like, no, we just don't want to be part of Canada anymore. All of a
So
sudden,
they said that the decision would allow it to shift its resources to focus on its other brands. So Kimberly Clark's a huge company, right? They don't just make only Kleenex, right?
I'm familiar with them.
So I'm sure that even though they're going to leave, another company is going to jump right in.
Swoop in the market.
And take over the market, right?
Still sketched out. I'd like to check back in on
Or
this.
maybe
subject
they're
in
getting-
5
Scotty's.
years.
Scotty's is another brand, right?
maybe they're
So-
getting pushed out by another company. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
they just get
Scotty's
pushed
has
off
some
on that.
dirt
Oh
on
shit!
them.
So Kimberly Clark acquired Scotty's in 1997.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
She's the boss.
But it was
Shit.
required to resell Scotty's business in the U.S. and sold it to Irving Tissue while maintaining control of the trademark of the Scotty's brand. So, you know, all these companies, there's so much shit that goes on that we don't even know that's happening behind the scenes, like you're saying as well, too. I kind of find that just with the way that our government is going, we're losing a lot of shit to the U.S. People thought that when Donald Trump was elected, people are moving here from the U.S. A lot, like you can look this up. There's a huge number of immigrants that have come to Canada and are giving up the option of being able to get a Canadian passport and moving back to their country.
Yeah.
So I believe India and I think China as well, that if people that come here from India, they cannot have dual citizenship. So if they come here and get a Canadian passport, they have to give up their Indian passport.
That's
A lot of very educated people that the Trudeau government opened the doors to bring them here have realized it's a bunch of bullshit and false dreams and hopes. The cost of living here is too much. So they're leaving. They're like, even though they were approved to get a passport, they rejected and they left and went back.
Before they
just
used to
raise the price for like immigration and like if you want to study here, it used to be like They just doubled it.
Yeah, they did. And then also, you in order to come to Canada before for a student, you used to have a minimum of $10,000 Canadian.
Yeah, now it's 25.
Yeah, it's 25,000 because they're trying to project to people coming in like a 10,000 isn't going to do it. Like if you're going to come here, this is what you expect to pay for rent. Exactly, right? So
Yeah,
it's
if
really
you want to be
hard.
an international student in Canada, you have to come from a wealthy family.
Yeah, and the government's making cake, like Linny said, like for a regular semester for them is almost $15,000, and that's
What I don't understand is how are the people who are Canadian citizens not freaking the fuck out and complaining and just
because when we do,
revolting?
we're told we're racist.
No, not about that.
No.
I'm talking about the cost of living.
Oh, we got okay.
For example, gas prices, right? Gas prices, about 60 cents per liter is tax.
Yes.
So now that the gas price went down to about $1.40 and change, people are like, oh, okay, thank God, because they're almost at like $1.60. No, but even it's only because some of the taxes have been taken away.
Well,
it's still very high, but everyone is like, okay, like we're taking the ass. We're just going to keep taking the ass.
I have a girlfriend named Holly. She's a real estate agent. I don't know. You might see her bus posts all around. She's all over the GTA. Anyways, she just literally came out and posted on her real estate website and on her social media that one of the things that we can all do as consumers is stop buying. Stop. Literally stop buying, because the moment that we stop buying is when they're going to have to, there's no choice but to lower prices. The more we go out, the more we spend, the more reason they have to raise the price. So the more reason you hunker down, you grab what you need, and you don't go out. You're not spending $50, $5 for a bag of milk. You get what I'm saying? But again, like I can see the look on your face.
It's not going to happen.
How long will that take? How many people?
It's not going to happen. You know why? We live in a consumer-driven society.
Yeah.
We also live in a selfish society.
Well, if you look at every single thing on your phone, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on YouTube, even if you're watching fucking cable TV, whatever you're watching, there's advertisements everywhere. Everything is sponsored by somebody, and you're being bombarded with, like right now, it's a Christmas season. How many fucking Best Buy commercials do you fucking see all the time? Constantly. Canadian Tire commercial, all of them, right? Shoppers. So these are some of the companies that are the top 3 or top 4 spenders when it comes to advertising in Canada. So even though everyone is hurting right now, everybody went Christmas shopping. They're gonna put on their credit card. They're gonna put on a line of credit. They're gonna do whatever they can because they want everyone to. They want to buy. Oh, I'm gonna buy. I know my nephew. Even though I'm really really tight, he wanted whatever, a fucking iPad. I'm still gonna get it for him. Well, you can barely feed yourself. Why give him a fucking iPad? Why are you feeding Apple?
Yeah.
Get him something else. Like get him a fucking book or something. No, people will still, even though it's not within their budget, they will put themselves in. Everyone does it.
I didn't.
I'm notorious for it.
I
Put
haven't.
themselves in debt. Then, and so you have that happy moment on Christmas. Oh, your nephew, whoever it is, really happy. Then comes January. And now comes the January blues. And January and February have the highest suicide rate.
I was just going to say that. Actually, they do.
And why is that?
Because people realize how much they spent, how much they got to pay back, just the depression. And believe it or not, actually, a lot of separations happen in January and February because of that as well.
It's a dark, depressing fucking month.
Yeah.
It's cold. You get your bills coming in. You realize how bad of a predicament you're in. And you just came off this huge high of Christmas and New Year's, right? And now it's a crash because now you get your bill that comes in. And then, the one thing I never understood about living in the Western world, okay, and I've lived in it my whole life, and I can never put my fucking head around this. We're all consumers, right? Why do we accept the fact that if you bought something before Christmas for 500 fucking bucks, and then the first week of January, that same piece of shit is on sale for 300? Every company does it.
And we're okay with it.
Boxing Day is no longer one fucking day. It's Boxing Week.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it runs into January. So you may have bought something the beginning of December for someone for Christmas and paid 200 bucks for it. Now comes along the first week of January, and that same fucking item is on sale for $79. But the person you bought it for is already using it. They can't return it. They're not going to give them a refund or match it up. And every company does it. And we allow it. So imagine you bought something for 200 bucks from this huge corporation, like fucking, whether it's going to be Apple or whoever the fuck it is, right? They made a huge profit on that. Come January, they're selling that same item for $149 or $129, and they're still making a profit on it, and we allow it. Is that fucked up?
That
No, it is. But what's fucked up is that we're okay with it, but we know that it happens
every year.
Do you know what would happen back in the fucking day when you had villages and all these townspeople? They would fucking tar and feather that guy who owns that shop. Like a month ago, you charged me $100 for 5 bales of hay, and now you're selling for fucking $20 for 5 bales. That guy would be fucking tarred and feathered and thrown out of the city or that town.
People would be showing up with pitchforks.
Yeah. Now we're like, oh, it's okay. We accept it. Not a problem. So and then these big, huge corporations will do like a clearance sale. So if you were in Canadian Tire and you bought a tool set for your dad, that was like $200. Now in January, you see the same item for $49.99 on clearance.
Well, it's like what I'm wearing. Okay, this is from Ardennes. Okay, not Ardennes. Sorry, Blue Notes and Sirens, like their warehouses or whatever. But the original tag, I swear to God, is still on it, and it's for $45. Okay, you know what I paid for it? $5. I waited for. I kept an eye on it. I knew it was going to clearance. All their stock goes there eventually. As soon as I saw it, because it was supposed to be a Halloween. It was supposed to be a Halloween costume. As soon as I saw it. $5. It's just, I knew it was going to happen.
So Canadian Tire is the king of this stuff because I go to Canadian Tire a lot and I buy tools and all this stuff, right? And Canadian Tire is known where they have their fucking flyer that comes out and they will basically tell you 75% off, 80% off. And a lot of people buy that shit, right? Because it'll be like a set of screwdrivers that were regularly $49.99. Now they're on sale for $7.99 and everybody buys it. But Canadian Tire is still making money on that fucking shit, even at $7.99. So it's like, where is the Competitions Bureau at that time about fairness? Where are they when it comes to this gouging that's going on? And we take it in the ass. I'm sorry.